Hmm? Baby, my baby sister.
Blanche, what is the matter with you?
He's gone? He's left?
Stan, yes.
Will he be back?
He's gone to get the car greased. Why?
Why, I've been half crazy, Stella. When I found out you've been insane enough to come back in here after what happened, I started to rush in after you.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
What were you thinking of? Answer me, what?
Blanche, please sit down and stop yelling.
Repeat the question quietly now. How can you come back into this place last night? You must have slept with him.
Blanche, I forgot how excitable you are. You're making much too much fuss about this.
Am I?
Yes, you are, Blanche. I know it must have seemed to you, and I'm awful sorry it happened, but it wasn't anything as serious as you take it. In the first place, when men are drinking and playing poker, anything can happen. It's always a powder keg. He didn't know what he was doing. He was as good as lamb when I came back, and he's very, very ashamed of me.
And that makes it all right.
No, it isn't all right for anybody and to make such a terrible row. But people do things sometimes, and Stanley always smashed things. Why, on our wedding night, soon as we came in here, he snatched one of my slippers and rushed about the place, smashing the light bulbs with it.
He did what?
He smashed all the light bulbs with the heel of my slipper.
And you let him? You didn't scream or run?
I was sort of thrilled by it. Did you and Eunice have any breakfast?
Do you suppose I wanted any breakfast?
There's some coffee left in the stove.
You're so matter-of-fact about it, Stella.
What other way can I be? He's taken the radio to get it fixed. It didn't land on the pavement, so only one tube could be smashed.
So you're standing there smiling.
What would you like me to do?
Pull yourself together and face the facts.
What are they, in your opinion?
In my opinion, you're married to a madman.
No.
Yes, you are. Your fix is worse than mine is. Only you're not being sensible about it. I'm going to do something. Get a hold of myself and make myself a new life.
Yes?
But you've given in. And if that isn't right, you're not old. You can get out.
I'm not in anything I want to get out of.
What? Stella?
I said I'm not in anything that I have a desire to get out of. Look at the mess in this room. Those empty bottles. They went through 2 cases last night. He promised this morning that he was going to have to quit his poker parties. But you know how long such a promise is going to keep? Well, it's his pleasure. Like mine is movies and bridge. People have got to tolerate each other's habits, I guess.
I don't understand you. I don't understand your indifference. Is this Chinese philosophy you've cultivated?
Is what?
This shuffling about and mumbling. 1 tube smashed, beer bottles, mess in the kitchen, as if nothing out of the ordinary has happened. Are you deliberately shaking that thing in my face?
No.
Stop it. Let go of that broom. I won't have you cleaning up for him.
Then who's going to do it? Are you?
I?
No, I didn't think so.
Oh, let me think. If only my mind would function. We've got to get a hold of some money. That's the way out.
I guess that money is always nice to get a hold of.
Listen to me. I have an idea of some kind. Do you remember Shep Huntley? Of course you remember Shep Huntley. I went out with him at college and wore his pin for a while.
Well?
I ran into him last winter. You know, I went to Miami during the Christmas holidays.
No.
Well, I did. I took that trip as an investment, thinking I'd meet someone with money.
Did you?
Yes, I ran into Shep Huntley. I ran into him on Biscayne Boulevard on Christmas Eve about dusk. Getting into his car, Cadillac convertible, must have been a whole block long.
I should think it would have been inconvenient in traffic.
You've heard of oil wells?
Yes, remotely.
He has them all over Texas. Texas is literally spouting gold.
My.
You know how indifferent I am to money. I think of money in terms of what it does for you, but he could do it. He could certainly do it.
Do what, Blanche?
Why, set us up in a shop.
What kind of shop?
Oh, a shop of some kind. He could do it with half what his wife throws away at the races.
He's married?
Honey, why would I be here if he weren't married? How do I get Western Union? Operator, Western Union.
That's the dial phone, honey.
I can't dial. I'm too...
Just dial O.
O?
Yes, O for operator.
Give me a pencil. Where is a slip of paper? I've got to write it down first. The message, I mean. Let me see now. Darling Shep, sister, and I in a desperate situation.
I beg your pardon?
Sister and I in a desperate situation. We'll explain details later. Would be interested in... You can never get anywhere with direct appeals.
Don't be so ridiculous, darling.
But I'll think of something. I've got to think of something. Don't laugh at me, Stella. Stop laughing. Please don't. I want you to look at the contents of my purse. Here's what's in it. 65 measly cents. And in coin of the realm.
Stanley doesn't give me a regular allowance. He likes to pay bills himself. But this morning he gave me $10 to smooth things over. You take 5 of it, and I'll keep the rest.
Oh, no, Stella.
I know how it helps your morale just having a little pocket money on you.
No, thank you. I'll take it to the streets.
Talk sense. How did you happen to get so low on funds?
Money just goes. It goes places. Sometime today I've got to get a hold of a bromo.
I'll fix you one now.
Not yet. I've just got to keep thinking.
I wish you just let things go, at least for a while.
Stella, I can't live with him. You can. He's your husband. But how could I stay here with him after last night with those curtains just between us?
Blanche, you saw him at his worst last night.
On the contrary, I saw him at his best. What such a man has to offer, animal force, and he gave a wonderful exhibition of that. But the only way to live with such a man is to go to bed with him, and that's your job, not mine.
After you've rested a little, you'll see. It's going to work out. You don't have to worry about anything while you're here. I mean, expenses.
I have a plan for us both, to get us both out.
You take it for granted that I'm in something that I want to get out of.
I take it for granted that you still have sufficient memory of Belle Reve to find this place and these poker players impossible to live with.
Or you're taking it entirely too much for granted.
I can't believe you're in earnest.
No?
I understand how it happened, a little. You saw him in uniform, an officer, not here, but...
I'm not sure it would have made any difference where I saw him.
Now, don't say it was one of those mysterious electric things between people. If you do, I'll laugh in your face.
I'm not going to say anything more about this anymore.
All right, then don't.
But there are things that happen between a man and a woman in the dark that make everything else seem unimportant.
What you are talking about is brutal desire. Just desire. The name of that rattle-trap streetcar that bangs through the corner, up one old narrow street and down another.